Hello, hello, Saggy Joe. How's your day going today? I got my retainers on, so I'm gonna have some kind of lisp. But hey, that's how the cookie crumbles sometimes. Anyways, just wanted to talk about I headed to the gym. It's kind of weird. How I guess over time it's kind of hard, but I always like going back to the gym. Just it's just about finding the motivation. So what I like to do is I warm up with some dance. I do some Zumba, and I do a couple of traditional dances, and then I head onto the floor. All the machines that I can handle were taken. With all my injuries and complications with my shoulder and my back, I can really only do machinery. Free weights is kind of a no no right now because of the risk of injury. Uh, Especially on my shoulder, my right shoulder. I think I have a labrum injury, so I don't know how we're gonna solve that. It's actually quite painful right now because I used the pec fly machine, and I guess I stretched it too much, and it's really aggravated. But it's also aggravated from today from work, so that's how it is. But you know, I gotta get back to my personal best. So on the calf machine, the gym that's near my place, I used to do 645 plates. I tried to max out the machine. I believe the max is 745 plates. I was able to max it out at one point. Um, I usually added a 45 plate every 2 weeks until I can go max. I think I only did five. Yeah, it was only 545 plates, which is a little bit disappointing that I've lost that much muscle. But I also like to do the calf machine without shoes. Um, and I try to keep my hands off the machine as well, just to make sure that I'm not getting any help. Like I'll keep my hands off to help pull up the weight initially, but then everything else on my calves. Um, I used to be able to do 7 or 8 45 plates at my peak. No, that's a lie. At my peak, I did more, but I'm talking about recent peak. So around this time last year actually, yeah, that was probably around my peak. And then leg press I did today. I used to be able to do. I don't know what the standard leg press machines can hold, but I think I got close to a ton. What is a ton anyway? 1 ton is it kgs or 1 ton in pounds? 2,000 to never mind. No, not ton with the ne ton. The metric ton? No, I just want ton in kg kilogram. 1 ton is 1,000 kilograms. Oh, a ton is defined as 2,000 pounds. I thought it was 1,000. I guess it's kilograms then. My mistake. Oh, what's a calculator? Because I used to be able to do like again my memory is really foggy. I used to be able to do 45 pounds times what the fuck 45 times 12 times 24. I think I used to be able to do 12 plates on one leg press machine. So it's 1,000 pounds, which is half a ton. I used to be able to do half a ton. I don't know what happened. Anyways, I digress. That's not important. Right now, I think I was at 8. I kept adding on to. I think I started with 6, then I made it 7, then I made it 8, and I added a 25 just to be safe, and then I added another 45 plate for my last rep, just 4 reps. Uh, just trying to get to my personal best again. I really want to max out the machine like I used to be able to. Um, and yeah, that's about it. I'm not nearly as strong with my shoulders. I tend to max out most of the leg machines though. Um, there's a hip machine I can max out pretty well. Quads for sure. Calf machine I'm working on that. Hamstrings are never strong enough. I can max it out. I came pretty close when I used to go to the gym pretty often. I'll go up in weight every 2 weeks. Generally speaking, I would increase every 2 or 3 weeks. If it's 45, every 3 weeks. If it's just like on the machine, just like the next level, it's every 2 weeks. But that's also after a couple months of my body getting used to back to going back to the same level of fitness I used to. Uh, it kind of worked for me, kind of did it. I mean, I have a lot of bodily injuries, so probably I rushed my body too much. But the goal nowadays is to be lean. It's not to be bulky and you need to bulk up and be overly strong. I think my peak in high school was it was 445 plates per bench press, which is pretty good. But again, I would do 1 or 2 reps, and I was really building muscle, and then I had to get an EEG because I was having heart palpitations. It turns out that I had mild arrhythmia, and the amount of muscle I was gaining was crushing my heart, and because of the arrhythmia, it's a really big risk. So the doctor told me to tone it down, and with a lot of the bodily injuries I have, a lot of it does have to do with bulking up too much. And it's activities I like to do, right? Because I like to dance, and being really bulky really does it's not good for the back. It's better to be lean but strong, kind of like Penguin Zero, where he looks lean, he doesn't look very strong, but if he flexes, there were some massive guns, man. So yeah, it's also probably because of my work. Uh, I'm a salesperson, so the more attractive you are, the more likely you're to make sales. A lot of the customer base are female. That's another thing that we had to pay attention to. um, but yeah, it's sort of how it goes. Uh, I would encourage you to hit back the gym. If it's a while, I would encourage you to go back if you can, even if it's 45 minutes, an hour. Maybe you have a home gym. As long as you have proper form. That's really important because I was doing a lot of improper form for a long time until I started physiotherapy. So that's something to keep in mind. And if you're new, if you find yourself, oh, I'm so skinny, I can really only bicycle curl 10 pounds. I would encourage you to keep going and fuck everyone off. Right? I was a scrawny Asian kid, and now I'm not that big, but I'm a lot stronger than I look, and that's why I take pride in. Uh, and it's all about your personal best. You're only competing with yourself. Do not compare yourself to other people, especially around the gym, um, because you're only gonna fail that way. Compete with yourself. Compete with your yesterday self, and see where that goes from there. Um, but you gotta also have progress. You can't be doing a 10 pound bicep curls for 3 weeks, right? I would say get your body used to working out, especially if you're not used to exercising. Start out. I think they generally do say about 6 weeks to 2 months, like 6 to 8 weeks of getting your body used to the routine. Tearing the muscles, recovery, everything like that. Especially if you're sort of very very lean and you're starting out with very very low, like a low starting weight. It's important that your body adjusts to the fact that you're doing this. It's not, you can't just like come in and do like 10 pounds, but you do like 100 reps. No, you gotta give your body some time to adjust, and once it's adjusted, um, you can start upping the ante with everything. Even in the that process, you could take it slow. You're 10 pounds, and you increase 5 pounds every 2 3 weeks. You just get your body adjusted. Then once you want to bulk up, then you do try to hit always your max, and you do just a few reps. You bulk up better that way. And then if you work out, if you want to stay toned and lean, then you tend to do less weight but a lot more reps. It's really good for toning the body and stuff like that, especially for this upcoming summer. But you do you. I don't want you to feel like you had to do a certain thing. Like I said, your only competition is yourself from yesterday. Don't look at other guys, especially the ones that are always flexing in front of the mirror, right? They're not the type of guys that you like. It's good to celebrate your wins and your gains, right? Um, and the hard work that you put in. But if you have guys who spend more time flexing for a mirror than actually working out, those guys are really not the type of guys you really want to interact with anyway. And those tend to be the guys that judge you when you start from a low weight. I remember when I worked out last year in the gym, I saw the skinny kid, and he looked really ashamed just doing his 10 pounds, always hiding in the corner. But I would see him every day. He bumped up to 15, bumped up to 20, and before I left the gym, he was at 25. And I really regret not going up to him and saying, "Hey, listen, you're doing a really good job with your gains, and keep doing what you're doing because your competition is yourself." I mean, that was me when I was when I started working out. I was at 20 pounds bicep curls, which is relatively low, right? And then at my peak, I was eventually bicep curling about 65, 70, and yeah, it's the competition is yourself, and just try to be your best self and do it for yourself. That's the most important part. Your gains should be entirely selfish, in the sense that it's only for you, and do it with due diligence, proper form, everything like that's important. Don't let people discourage you. And if you feel discouraged, hit me up, and I'll support you every step of the way. All right. Thanks for watching. Later days.